everyone, today I'm here with Rich, also known as Doc Beaubien, and he's going to share with you his top 3 exercise recommendations to relieve lower back pain. Now Rich is a doctor of chiropractic, and I asked him if he would shoot this video with me because I know that lower back pain is such a widespread problem, and I personally know how debilitating it can be as well. And I also believe that there's a few misconceptions about the best way to treat lower back pain, so hopefully through having an understanding of these sort of exercises, Rich will help clear up some of the confusion for you. So Rich, as you know, I'm 29 weeks pregnant, so
yes.
I am going to leave the demonstrations to you.
Alright.
So let's get straight into it. So what are your 3 top recommended exercises to relieve lower back pain?
Alright, so there are 3 things we're going to go through that are generally will work for most conditions. You know, obviously this isn't meant to diagnose anything. These are the things that I would have most of my patients try before they came in if they've been coming for a while. Alright? So usually we focus on the piriformis because that tends to be what gets people. And you may feel it in your back, but really the hip and this piriformis muscle or the external rotators, if you don't want to pick on the piriformis, it's all those muscles right in here. They get tight because we're sitting all day long, because we sit for a living as a society basically. And so because of that, we need a way to kind of loosen those things up so it takes the pressure off of our back.
Great, I love piriformis stretches and releases, so why don't you show us your favorite one?
Alright, so we're going to start with my favorite mobility device. I bought this on Rogue. You could use a Lacrosse Ball. It's just what I had with me when I was traveling. So, take this underneath my right butt cheek, and we're just going to kind of roll around. And then, if you find a tender spot, now this is where we're going to differ some people. Some people say you find that tender spot, you hold it and you don't move. If you are insistent to do that, if you find that spot, I need you to find it and you're going to hold it, then you need to take deep breaths. Because if you don't, you won't activate your core muscles and your nervous system will be like, oh my god, that hurts, please get off of it, and that point is just going to remain, it's going to stay tight. I prefer to just kind of roll around and just get all that fascia nice and mobile.
It's kind of like finding the sweet spot rather than doing pushing it too far. And
absolutely.
You don't
want to go live in the pain cave.
No, I don't want to.
No, no one does. It's dark there.
We're trying to get out of the pain cave.
Exactly.
We're trying to relieve our lower back pain.
So now, if you find that you rolled around for 30 seconds and still had nothing, cross that leg over and let you get a little bit deeper in there. Okay. All right. Now, next, my favorite stretch. So this is great for if you're in the office and you gotta do something because you can't get on the floor. All right. So we're in the chair, and I have no head. But
that's all right. We can see the part we need to see.
We grab the ankle, we grab this, and we sit up straight, and we hug towards us. All right. I know this looks a little different. Everybody always wants to do this. I find that causes more harm than good. So we're going to sit up straight and pull towards us.
So can you just explain where they should be feeling that stretch?
You should always feel this right there. Now, give it a little time. It's not always going to come right away. But as you sit, take some deep breaths. And as you release your breath, the muscle will release a little bit and then you'll go a little bit further. And lastly, core exercises. Now, I know there's a lot of people that have a lot of ideas what core exercise you do for your back pain. These are mine because they have the least amount of risk for making your back pain worse. So, they are a Superman. Now we're going to do the easy version of Superman. We're going to just have my left arm and my right leg. Now, if this hurts, obviously, don't do it. And switch. You're going to hold for 10 to 30 seconds or until you can't. Do it 2 or 3 times a day. Now we're going to do a bridge. Hips up, hold it. Again, 10, 20, 30 seconds, whatever works for you. And then we're done with that. Last but not least, the one that most people are poor at is a side bridge or a side plank, however you like to refer to it. Come off the floor, 10, 20, or 30 seconds. And down, and then switch sides. Now, if you find that this one's too simple, you can always put the foot on top, come on top. But it's quality over quantity. All right? And those are my exercises I like to do.
Oh, awesome. Thanks.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
So let's just recap over those 3 exercises. So the first one that Rich did was a release through the glutes by using the trigger point ball, which I understand you could also use a foam roller if you had one.
Yes,
the
foam roller would be fine.
Trigger point gets in there that little bit more with the glutes.
Yes, it does.
So we've got the release. Second, we had the stretch of the glutes, which was done slightly different to maybe a performer stretch that you may have been taught, just the technique was slightly different. And then third were the core exercises. So we had the Superman, the glute bridge, and the side plank. So you'll notice that Rich's techniques, none of them involve stretching the heck out of your lower back.
Nope.
Okay, so his approach was to, gently release, gently stretch, and to strengthen those supporting muscles that are going to help you to have a strong lower back. And whilst a lower back program should always be individualized, I hope that these recommendations help provide you with a good foundation to get started and to understand sort of the holistic nature of helping your lower back pain. So thanks, Rich. I will link to Rich's website in the description below, and if you enjoyed this video, make sure that you like, comment and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for having me.